What is happening, y'all? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and always keeping it real. So do me a favor, my friends, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, we have a lot to tap into on today's show. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to take 1 hour, just 1 hour of your time to chop it in here with your good friend, Mr. Arrington Gavin. That is me. You're welcome. Look, I'm just here just to bring to you some great content, great conversation, keep you guys informed, entertained, and just alert. What's the things that happens and that exists in our world, because a lot of folks tend to be misinformed. Now, look, I'm not the fact check police. Sometimes I got to get my story straight and things like that. But I bring up stories, I bring up conversations, I bring up topics just to get your take, to get you thinking, to get you again. I go back to the word informed. Right now, some folks will use the term woke. I'm pretty sure they've when I say they, those who are against being informed, they use that term as a bad word, right? Oh, you're part of that woke crowd. And look, you got some folks that are take stuff a little bit overboard, but I wouldn't put them in the category of woke. All right, that's just me. That's just me. Now, the last time I checked, the opposite of woke is sleep. I look at it as not being informed with what's going on, being alert, being aware. That's how I take it. Now, other folks, use it differently, and some people do take advantage of that term. I will say that. But look, on today's show, we're gonna talk a lot about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sports, politics, the whole 9 yards. But as always, y'all, thank you so much for following us. We are a growing platform. We are continuing to grow. As I mentioned countless of times here on this show, our viewerships continue to grow, listenerships continue to grow, subscribers are growing, and also followers on social media, which you guys should do while we're talking. Look, if you haven't, please do me a favor, follow us on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as Blue Sky, X, and Substack. I truly appreciate that. It's free. If you are involved in any of these social media platforms, please follow us on that. I'll truly appreciate it. Also, ways you can tune in to the program. Look, we drop episodes 5 days a week. Okay, 5 days a week on YouTube, and on all podcast platform. iHeartRadio app. If you don't have it, download that app. You can listen to the Arrington Gavin Show on there. As I mentioned, YouTube, all right, on the streaming platform of YouTube. And do me a favor, you can download this free app, because we have joined GOATverse TV network. Ways you can watch us on that is by downloading the free app. If you happen to have an iPhone, then go to your app store, type in GOATverse TV. It's free, no hidden fees, none of that stuff. Some amazing content on there. Also, if you happen to be an Android user, then go on to the Google Play Store, download the app from there. You can also watch us on your big screens on Roku, as well as on Fire Stick. So look, there's multiple ways you can tune into the program. As I mentioned, our audience size is growing each and every day. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the journey, for the ride, and I'm excited to take you on this journey. This is episode 280, 280 episodes, my friends. That's a lot of talking. I know, but I love to conversate. I love to conversate and communicate with you all, the listeners and viewers out there. What else we got? Did I mention everything? Yes, let me go ahead and pay some bills here. Let me shout out some folks who support this program, like our friends over at the Full Package. Your voice, your song, your moment. Think you've got what it takes to be the next big star? Well, guess what? It's time to prove it. The Full Package, the ultimate singing songwriting competition, is finally here. Show off your voice, your lyrics, and your passion Whether you're a solo artist or part of a duo, this is your chance to shine and to take the stage like never before. Auditions, for more information, please go on their website, thefullpackagecontest.com. Look, I'm telling you, this is a dope show. They had just they just finished taping their first season, which your boy I'm honored to be a part of. I serve as the backstage host, where I get to speak one-on-one with the contestants before they hit the stage, and it's a blast, man. I mean, one thing I'm an avid of is folks who are really just trying to pursue their dream and to do whatever they can, and I just love hearing the stories behind while they're why they doing that. You know what I mean? Like every local and small business, every entity starts off with a story, right? With a passion. And look, this competition supports the independent artists out there that are really trying to not just make a name for himself, but to just get that recognition that they rightfully deserve. Because I met folks who've been in the music game for years, and they're still an independent artist waiting for that big break. I mean, this show involves folks of all ages and all cultures and all genres. It is a dope show. So please go on social media, the full package. All right, the full package. Go on social media and check them out. Also, you can tune into their social media, mention social media platforms, their YouTubes. They will be on a network very, very, very soon. I can't wait to have them on and share that great news. And also go online again, the fullpackagecontest.com. If you think you have what it takes to be the next full package, go on and support. So we want to thank them for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin show. Let's see here. Let's go on and do our fun fact of the day before we get going in some commercial breaks. On today's fun fact, did you all know that bananas are berries, but strawberries are not? Hmm? I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is, because strawberry ain't berry in the word strawberry, raspberry. Hold on. So okay. Check this out. So you got blackberries, raspberries, but it's not raspberry, it's raspberries. Blackberries. What other things are berries? Well, I don't know. That's interesting. Bananas are berries, but strawberries are not. It says here, botanically, bananas meet the criteria for berries, while strawberries do not. That's all you got to give me? Jeez. Well, hey, you learn something new every day here on this show. So, FYI, bananas are berries, strawberries are not. That will probably be a back and forth conversation to explain, what do you mean? Like, how is that possible? How's that even real? Doesn't make any sense. All right, my friends, look, let's go ahead. We're gonna take a commercial break. Got to pay some bills. When we come back, we have a lot more in store for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
Yeah. Nina. See. Goblin. Gotta put on for my team. Put on for my team, yeah. Gotta put on for my team.
Get ready for the ultimate music competition that will leave you on the edge of your seat.
The full package, where the best of Virginia will battle it out to prove they have what it takes.
Hello, we're your host. I'm Nina Nicole.
And I'm LITS. In this thrilling competition, contestants will face electrifying challenges, testing their musical knowledge, skills, and creativity.
You have one shot to prove you're the full package.
Only the most exceptional performers will rise to the top and claim the title as the full package. Every note,
every move,
every beat counts. Who will have what it takes to become the ultimate music sensation and reign supreme as the full package?
Don't miss the full package, where dreams are made and legends are born. Tune in for the most thrilling music competition of the year.
Coming soon to your screens.
The full package.
This is great.
Yeah.
The choice and the texture and everything.
Right.
Mind blowing.
I've never seen talent like this before.
You've got the full package.
They bitches really tryna help me with my dream. Put on for my team. The only ones that know the love.
What is happening, y'all? What is happening? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Before we get going with some of our topics, I want to start it off with some on a positive note. Something I started new here on the show called Black Excellence Report. Black Excellence Report just highlights folks that are doing some wonderful, remarkable things in the community, specifically in the Black culture. That is, I don't know, just needs to be showcased, that needs to be acknowledged, because I feel as though in our society, it's never the case, it's never shared as much. And I wanted to, let me see if I can pull up this graphic for you all. So this lady, I wanted to say, in the west side of Chicago, her name is Monet Sky. And when I saw this across my feed, I'm like, oh, this story I've got to share with you all. What on a, you know, it's awesome, it's motivating, it keeps folks, for if you are a person that wants to invest in themselves or wants to become a business owner, entrepreneur, you name it, because I happen to be a small business owner myself, entrepreneur. I have a few other businesses, and this one really caught my attention. So says here, first Black woman in Chicago to cash out on her own strip mall. Hello, making that cash. Let me tell you something. This is awesome. So it says here that let me go ahead and share a little bit of this sound bite of her signing the papers to her strip mall. Let me go and share this remarkable journey.
So you're going to sign here accepting it. Then we have the 5 tenants here. Okay. Perfect. So you're going to sign here accepting it.
Okay, so not really too much, but let me go ahead and pull up this graphic as she points to her future business venture, by the way. And it actually shows her standing on a Bentley Rolls Royce and I believe that's a Mercedes. So it says here that Miss Mona Sky, a young Black woman from the west side of Chicago, is making history after gruesome pandemic and tragically losing her family home. Mona Sky has defied all the odds stacked against her. She was able to overcome several obstacles and cash out on her own strip mall called Sky Plaza. Wonderful, wonderful. Look at it. You see that price, by the way. The price cost $900,000, 20,000 square feet of retail space, 23 parking spaces. All right. Some videos showing her starring the demo. And yes, it's going to be called Sky Plaza. The plaza is located on the south side of Chicago and offers luxury suite rentals and various stores. In addition, Ms. Sky teaches others the importance of financial literacy and credit stability. Mona Sky is determined to show the world how a Black girl from the inner city of Chicago can make it from absolutely nothing and build a groundbreaking empire. Miss Mona Sky, we truly just want to salute you. Again, Black girl magic at its finest, but not only that, just Black excellence. And that's something, my friends, that I think we need to continue to share amongst those in the Black community, and just really those in any culture, right? Because I'm a big advocate of having a melting pot of friends. I don't just have all Black friends. I don't just have all white friends. I have a variety of friends in my inner circle, right? People with different cultures, different political backgrounds, different occupations. I mean, we're all different here. But you know what? We all should be advocates and cheerleaders for each other when it comes to motivating them to do great stuff, especially when it comes to the legacy building, financial wealth, and financial literacy, right? Making smart business decisions. It's funny because I have a couple of friends, I'll say a few friends, that will talk about like stocks and buying gold and this and that and crypto. I mean, as much as it, like, I don't rush into it, but I always appreciate the conversation, because look, I'm always ears, just like those who are listening and watching here on this show. Y'all don't have to listen to me, but the fact that y'all do, I truly appreciate it. So again, I want to shine a light once again on our Black Excellence Report, Miss Mona Sky. owner and founder of Sky Plaza, located in west side of Chicago, and the south side of Chicago, and offers again luxury suite rentals in various stores. And she also teaches financial literacy and credit stability. So again, I just want to showcase this awesome entrepreneur, business owner who is making bank. By the way, she is making bank. Yeah, let's digress from that story, y'all. Let's digress and let me go back. I feel as though I want to talk on some more about the MSNBC debacle. MSNBC debacle. It's funny because there's a conservative talker, Larry Elder, who I honestly I can't stand. I really do not care for him. I don't agree with probably 90% of the stuff that he talks about. But you know, being a inspired talker myself, right? You know, person behind the mic, conversationalist, all the whole 9 yards. Larry Elder has created a brand. He's one of the, you know, the iconic voices in talk radio. Specifically, well, I just say, yeah, in talk radio, conservative talk radio specifically, but in talk radio. And so, as you know, hey, agree or disagree, but he has made a career and a name for himself. But he, you know, he always has a shot, of course, at liberal media. So he says MSNB hee haw. I think that's how he says it. It's very corny, but hey, to him, he always gets a crack out of it. But anyway, want to go back to the issues happening over at MSNBC, because when Rachel Maddow, who is a very popular voice on the network, one of the highest paid anchors on there, which as of right now she's just doing she's back to 5 days a week just for the first 100 days of Trump's administration. After that she's going back to weekly, but she's still one of the highest paid anchors on there. After sharing her frustration about the whole basically canceling Joy Reid's show, letting her walk away from the network, she criticized her own network, quoting let's see what did she say? At a network where we've got two non-white hosts in prime time, both of non-white hosts in prime time are losing their shows, as is now Asian host Katie Fang on the weekend. Maddow said, and that feels worse than bad. No matter who replaces them, that feels defensible, and I do not defend it. I mean, bold, right? But once again, I think the issue is, if that was Joy Reid, would she still be at the network, and would she not receive any flack? Because trust and believe, Rachel Maddow probably didn't even get a warning, because she is the one that is trying to continue to somewhat help build ratings in MSNBC. Now, I'm not going to go too long talking about them, but as I mentioned before, liberal networks right now on, liberal cable networks are struggling not just with messaging, but also struggling with ratings. All right. Their ratings has always been going down. Now, I think when you look at the age demo, I think that might be one of the reasons why, because I think majority of older, I don't know, because I feel as though when it comes to digital and streaming, that's where the left wins. I think on cable television, I think the left loses in that route. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just kind of thinking of, like, if you look at some of the top folks in the digital space, they lean more left than right. But when you go to cable, they lean more right, than left. So I don't know if that's an age thing, or if that's just, hey, which one ever floats the boat. But I personally, I don't think that. I don't know. I mean, it's a great argument again, bringing up the fact that you have basically the minorities that had their own shows. Only the minorities got their shows canceled. It is a bit. They got some explaining to do. I mean, MSNBC, that's a little shaky. It's on shaky edges. You definitely you have some explain now. I played a video on a few episodes ago. I can't remember if it was the last one or the one before, but of two individuals, one white male, one black male. The white guy was Michael Rappaport, who is a comedian, controversial talker in his own right. I mean, I think someone just he's an interesting guy, by the way. He's very interesting. He spoke about, it's not a race thing, it's a ratings thing. All y'all that is saying, oh, Joy this, Joy that, were you watching her show because ratings sucked and that's why she got canceled. Now, Stephen A. Smith, another controversial, talker, right? He said that he basically said the same thing. He's like saying, it declined 47% by 47%. He's like, did you watch her? Did you watch her? Because the ratings is not showing it. And that's the thing. Like, they bring up great points. But I want to ask you all, because it's mixed reviews for me. It's mixed reviews for me. I think that liberal cable outlets are intimidated under the new administration, which in my opinion, it's like, I personally don't know why, but we obviously we see it happen. We see the strong critics in cable television. You see them kind of ease it on back, right? Or either get demoted so they won't get as much TV time as they normally do. I mean, it's just, you see different things and a shift happening in front of our eyes, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? So, and I personally think that the administration can make these anchors' life a living hell, because it's like, okay, for one, they can easily ban them if they want to from the press room. So boom, that's, not receiving any access to get in, losing that privilege. They just have certain, sign executive orders, say, hey, I'm gonna ban liberal. I mean, you don't know what could happen. You really don't know what can happen. But what was crazy enough, and I read about this, I believe over 100, or maybe over, I could be exaggerating, maybe close to 100 staffers of Rachel Maddow's show had got let go or laid off. And I think that was after she said what she said about the cancellation of Joy Reid, and National Lunar Network, was like after she gave her opinion and basically called out her own her own employer, her own network. All of a sudden, she got staffers that was let go. I'm like, hold up, this is like some TV drama stuff coming on. You know what I mean? Like, because Rachel Maddow stood up for what was right, and now all of a sudden she's losing a privilege. She's losing a number of staffers. I mean, come on, like, something's up, MSNBC. And also, I don't know if y'all heard, but Lester Holt, who is the anchor at the NBC Nightly News desk. Hold on real quick. My wife just called. Where was I? Yeah, so Lester Holt announced that he was leaving. He served on that desk for about 10 years, 10 or 11 years, as the anchor for NBC Nightly News. He's leaving, which what a lot of folks don't know is Lester really leans right. He's just again, as good as it gets Republican, like a common sense guy, the way most people should be. And so, he's leaving. MSNBC had a few folks that was either retiring or, again, if they've been let go, they're like, you know what, all you need is I'm out. So NBC alone is just y'all struggling, folks. Y'all struggling. But let me digress from this story, and I want to go into I want to talk a little bit about some sports here. Let me go ahead and digress from this because there's so much stuff that's always going on with MSNBC. I'm like, Lord, what else, y'all? What else? I don't know if y'all heard, but let's move it on to basketball. Let me see if I can pull up my graphic here. Greg Popovich, head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, legendary coach, by the way. I mean, he has at least 5 or 6 NBA Finals championships as a head coach. He's coached multiple Hall of Famers, and he is a very outspoken, vocal individual, right? It's not all just sports and basketball. Like he's a person that he backs what he preaches. If he sees something that is not fair or not right, he's going to speak out on it. I mean, he's spoken about his issues with the current president. I mean, again, that's what I love to see, because it not just shows that people in sports are human, but it shows, hey, look, we're more than just athletes, we're more than just coaches. We're representing cities, we're representing so many cultures here. Do I have it? Let's see. I think, y'all, I do not have the graphic. One more time. No, I don't think I have it here, but recently, I don't have it. Recently, Greg Popovich suffered a stroke, and I believe Pop gotta be in his 70s. Let me go ahead and read you this article reported by NBC News. Says here that Greg Popovich won't be returning this season after he recovers from a stroke. Says here that the head coach, who's 76 years old, suffered a stroke last November. He has not coached a game since October 31st. Wow, I did not realize that. In a statement, he says, "I've decided not to return to the sidelines this season. Assistant coach Mitch Johnson and his staff have done a wonderful job, and the resolve and professionalism the players have shown sticking together during a challenging season has been outstanding. I will continue to focus on my health with the hope that I can return to coaching in the future." Pop addressed the Spurs players for the first time in a while to inform them of his decision that he won't be returning this season. He has been the head coach of the Spurs since 1996. Wow. Talk about it. He's been the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs since 96. Now, that's a damn good coach right there, because for one, coaches nowadays, they don't last more than a year. All right. Now, if you're a winning coach, you might say at least about a good 5 or 6. But a year, bruh. I mean, not a year, but since 1996. I mean, that is amazing. Obviously, I mentioned one of the most accomplished coaches in NBA history, which is very true. He has won 5, count them, 5 NBA championships with the Spurs, tied for third most of all time. Pop is also first on the NBA's all-time coaching wins list and third in all-time playoff victories. As of right now, I believe the Spurs has let's see, they're around like 20. Let me actually look, because this is I want to make sure. Want to make sure I give you guys the closest to their current record. Let's see what we're working with. Let's see what we're working with here. Says here the Spurs are 24-33 so far this season. 24-33. Not that good. 13th place in the Western Conference, which obviously takes them out of the playoffs if the playoffs was happening like right now, which is coming close to it. So they're not looking like in a playoff worthy, but again, for one, San Antonio's always had that loyalty base. They support their squad regardless. They support their coaches regardless. But I will say, it's been a while since the San Antonio Spurs really had something, a squad to mess with. You know what I mean? So that being said, would this be Greg Popovich's last season? Coaching, not just coaching the San Antonio Spurs, but coaching in general. Will this be his final season as a NBA basketball coach? Because look, 76 years old, he has nothing else to prove as far as career wise. Second, I believe I just mentioned second amongst no, he is the first. I'm sorry, first on the all-time coaching wins list and third all-time playoff victories. What else is there to prove? Like I'm telling y'all, it's just that drive, that passion, it's a drug. Because I mean, let's move away from basketball to football. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick has really nothing to prove when it comes to his career as a coach. 7 rings, maybe more, because I know he coached with some I think he won one as an assistant coach in the NFL. So he might have like about 8 rings at least. I mean, he created one of the legendary squads in New England, coached under, one of the GOATs in Tom Brady. I mean, what else is there to prove for him? He's 72, 73 years old. Now he just, he recently signed on to be the Tar Heels, the Tar Heels head football coach. So he's now, moved from the pros to collegiate level. But as I mentioned, he do got a 24-year-old girlfriend, so he trying to keep up. And Joe was like, I gotta keep this money coming in if I can mess with this young thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That is just nasty, by the way. I do not see it. It was a video on social media, y'all, where it showed, this is so random, but it showed oh god, Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. I don't know if they was attending like a basketball game or football. No, I think it was a basketball game, and it just looked so awkward. Like, I mean, she looks like his granddaughter. Ugh, ugh. Oh, it's gross. That's just gross. Anyways, moving back to the story. Popovich is not only a notable Spurs figure who will miss the rest of the season, but also their star center Victor Wembanyama, who's like 7'3", but he's linky as I don't know what. He is also ruled out for the year this month with a deep vein thrombosis in the right shoulder. All right, so going back to Pop, in addition to his 5 championships, he is a 3-time NBA Coach of the Year. He was the head coach of the U.S. men's national basketball team at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, winning gold. Before entering the coaching in '96, well, at least entering the coaching, Pop played college basketball for the Air Force Academy. He was also inducted in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 2023. Again, proves my point. Pop has nothing else to prove. Now, I hope and pray that he has a speedy recovery. I hope that he can really have him think hard and decide, okay, does he want to do just one more year, or will this be it? Now, obviously, no one wants to go out like that, right? I don't want to retire. And my last season was basically I sat out because of health reasons. So of course people want to go out strong. So I'll just say we'll do one more year, but again, we won't know from now. But y'all, look, let me digress. We're gonna take another commercial break. I'm gonna take a quick breather. We have a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. You are tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new GoVerse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of the app he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
What's happening, y'all? What's up, and welcome back. Check out this story, man. This really caught my attention. So Alabama State, HBCU, historically black college and universities, just kind of catch you up on that knowledge, recently made history. And you're probably wondering, okay, Arrington, what history did they make? What history was met over at Alabama State? Okay, let me bring up this graph for you. So recently, Alabama State becomes the first, and I tell you, the first HBCUs to offer cannabis certifications. That ganja, that Mary J. Yes, it's true. Alabama State has become the first HBCU to offer cannabis certifications. I actually really like that. I'm really clap it up for Alabama State. So check this out. Alabama State says here, and I'm reading this from the actual website of the university, Alabama State University. It says here, Alabama State continues to be where history is made, as the university now is among the first historically black college or universities to offer cannabis education programs as elective study courses. ASU also joins Jacksonville State University as one of the only two schools in the state of Alabama to offer courses concerning legalized cannabis. Also says here that the university has 5 different online cannabis programs: cannabis healthcare, and medicine, cannabis agriculture and horticulture, the business of cannabis, cannabis compliance and risk management, and then cannabis product development and design. When I tell you, y'all, look, Alabama State enrollment rate about to go up because everybody gonna be like, what word? I can get a degree in this book. I mean, I'm already kind of ahead of the game, so I should graduate pretty early, huh? I'm sorry, I just mess with y'all. But for real though, I think this is quite interesting. It's just I'm laughing because I'm backtracking when I was in college, man. You talking about, first of all, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm just driving, just on my way to work, on my way to anywhere, and I'm in my car, I smell marijuana like in the atmosphere. Like it's when I tell you everybody smoking, everybody and they grandmammy smoking. But when I was in college, I remember I'll have like 8 a.m. classes, man, and that hallway or that class will be fuming. I mean, you talking about some his boy out, it was everywhere. And look, I wanted to say, everybody got some issue. Not everybody that ain't just medical, that ain't recreational. that ain't for your, you don't got no migraines or nothing. You ain't got no glaucoma. Like you always say, yeah, I got some issues. That's why I gotta take this, man, to keep me sane, bro. Keep me. I'm like, what in the world? Now, look, I ain't no angel now. I might have partaken back in the day. And honestly, I have no issues. I never had any bad results. I've never, it was never a bad time for me. I partake in the gummies here and there, right? Now, it's not for everybody. I will say it's not for everybody, but I think this is again another plus when it comes for another plus for HBCUs because they know how lucrative the cannabis industry is. It's all about preparing. It's all about preparing your students for realistic goals in the future. And so I think this is dope. I think this is awesome. I think it's definitely going to be making a lot of headlines everywhere. Obviously, I'm talking about it here on the show. So it's going to be a huge uptick. As I mentioned, the enrollment rate for Alabama State. I think this is great news for them. I'm wondering who was the curator of bringing this to there. Let me actually read a little more. So it says here, the programs at Alabama University are provided in association with Green Flower, a cannabis education and training company that focuses on educating those interested in working within the nation's legal cannabis workforce. State law passed in 2021, where that the Alabama legislator legalized cannabis for specific medical conditions in 2021, becoming the 36th state in the union to do so. Since then, a total of 47 states have passed similar laws. FYI, 50 states in the United States. So just want to put that. So 47 is pretty damn good. A number of specific concerning the mechanics. The number of y'all, I got my dog with me, so I'm hearing him whining back there like what? A number of a number of specific concerning the mechanics of Alabama's new law are still being orchestrated, and until they are concluded, cannabis medical products are not available for legal purchase in Alabama. Interesting. You're gonna have a lot of misinformed students when they take these courses. So I am ready. Bring on the weed. Bring it on. No, but real talk though. I mean, you've heard nothing but positive stories, and statistics shows that cannabis does have a positive response for folks who are ill. Right? It's an industry that I would say is one of the I guess you can say the FDA or like the drug and pharmaceutical companies' biggest enemy, right? Because cannabis is starting to be more trusted than the drug and pharmaceutical companies. Am I wrong? Am I right? Oh, excuse me. I mean, it's the truth. So we're going to continue to see this whole boost and this shift. Now, we got a new, excuse me, had to sneeze. We have with the new administration under, what is it, Health and Human Services Secretary or Health and something. I forgot. RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s position. I'm forgetting the title of his title under the administration, but I wonder if he will Health and Human Services. Okay, I was right. Okay. I wonder if he would if he's hearing about this. But I think it's pretty dope. So again, congrats to Alabama State University. See, HBCUs, they always know. They always doing it right, man. They are doing it right. I wonder other universities that will continue to follow behind them. It'll be really interesting to see. How am I looking with my time? Okay. Look, let me digress from this. Another interesting story I want to share with you all. Another first here in our country is the first ever. We've all been waiting for it. First ever flying car. Oh yeah, that's right, y'all. That's right. No more using that excuse. Oh, I was stuck in traffic. Sorry, I'm late. The traffic was insane. Ain't no more excuse. Ain't no more excuse. We gonna be living like the Jetsons before you know it. We gonna be living like. You know what's so interesting? I want to say maybe like 2 weeks ago, my wife and I were watching that movie, iRobot, right? That starred Will Smith, and when you had all the robots basically like working as teachers, assistants, helping all that stuff. And during that period, you also had hovering cars. Now they might not have been like flying, but they were hovering. There was no wheels, there were no tires. People actually did manually drive. So I'm like, okay, and I bring up that because the movie, I believe, took place in either 2034 or 2037. So I'm like, dude, it's 2025 right now. You know, are we gonna be living like the Jeffersons before you know it? So check out this. I'm gonna play this sound clip. For those who are listening, this is a video of the first ever flying car that's soaring over traffic in the first public test. So this happened in California. So let me go ahead and play this for you guys, and then we'll talk on the other side. Do you see that? Do you see that? That thing is hovering. That is so cool. Now, I ain't gonna be the first one to be like, oh, I want to be the test. I want to be in this car. No. It's shown. It's literally as we speak, y'all. It is showing how it is just hovering over. I'm talking at least, what is that? Maybe, I wonder how high can it go? Because that looks like it's maybe going up about like 10, 14 feet in the air. But again, another first. So says here that a U.S. startup has demonstrated an airborne vehicle that it claims to be the world's first flying car. Alif Aeronautics released a video recently of its Model 0 prototype flying over a parked car on a public road in California, making the first real-world test of the design concept. Now, the chief executive, Jim Duck-Hornby, he said this drive and flight test represents an important proof of technology in a real-world city government. Says here, we hope it will be a moment similar to the Wright brothers Kitty Hawk video, proving to humanity that new transportation is possible. Most flying car startups use a similar design to quadcopter drones with external rotor blades, setting them apart from current road-going cars. Now, others have adopted fold-down wings, with required a lot of space to take off. Now, says here, okay, this was founded in 2015, the same year flying cars were envisioned in the 1989 sci-fi film Back to the Future Part 2. Says here that the company hopes to eventually produce a vehicle that is affordable for most people, not just the rich. All right. It says here the company has already secured more than 3,300 pre-ordered for its Mobile A vehicle, which is expected to enter production later this year. Okay, so as they said, they hoped that this will be they hope to create a more affordable one for folks, everyday folks, to invest in. I look at it like this. No. Like it will be like, I'm all for equal opportunities, that giving people opportunity to afford, so giving folks of all financial backgrounds opportunity to make that purchase. But if in my mind with this, if everybody purchases this damn car, then we're gonna be having traffic another way. We're gonna have traffic in the air. Okay, and then everybody gonna be like, I'm going back on the street, I'm going back on the road, I'm gonna just drive there. I ain't going like it's just that's how I look at it. Like, do like a mixture, but I will say though, if this continues to have some safe tests, and they really feel confident that this will be safe to hover, and I like how it's not crazy high. Like, don't put me too, because I don't like heights in general, but don't put me too high in this car. Like, put me just enough that I could be above an 18-wheeler. You know what I mean? Like, don't put me too high. But I look at this as being very beneficial, very essential, because it's one of the most issues a lot in local areas and cities and states, and is traffic this and traffic that. And okay, we created this bridge in order for you to to make it an easier route for you. I mean, here in Hampton Roads, we have countless of projects and bridges and this and that and interstates created so that it can avoid traffic. Guess what? It does not avoid traffic. Now, my question is, would this prevent folks from working that are in charge of building interstates and bridges and things like that? Folks that do construction in the streets. Does that prevent money in their pocket in the future if this is the new thing where cars are hovering in the air? Like, what's going to be required on the streets? Like, I'm curious on how this will work. This story really caught my attention because how many times have we always said, are we ever going to live like the Jetsons? Are we ever going to live like Back to the Future? Are we ever going to live like iRobot? And so on and so on. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this might be something. This might be something. Lastly, before I end the show, because I got just a few more minutes left, I wanted to play this clip. Recently was on the a former federal worker, Riley Cooper, was on Laura Coates' show, Laura Coates Live on CNN, and she was just speaking about her issues right now when it comes to the new administration and what they're doing as far as their way of trying to shrink the government. So let me go ahead and play you just a little soundbite, and then we'll talk about it right after that clip.
What was it like for you when you got the news that you were being let go?
It was really hard. I was on the phone with my best friend, Kaylee, at the time, and we were just discussing her life and how things were going. And I looked at my phone, and I had gotten a text from our union rep, and he told me that I was going to be fired the next day. And I told her, I have to go. I'm getting fired tomorrow. And my heart just sank, and I had a huge pit in my stomach, and nobody wants to hear that news. It's not something that I'd wish on anyone, and it's something really hard to go through. It's hard from my perspective to approach the current administration with hope. I've been dealing with infertility now for about a year. I've had multiple surgeries in my life. So, going into the voting booth, the main thing on my mind was the same thing I'd been thinking about for the past 11 months. And it was, I want to be a mom. And women who have gone through that experience, that heartbreaking feeling of wanting something that you might never have, they understand how much of your time is taken up with those thoughts and how overwhelming and lonely it can feel. So as someone who is more of a swing voter, sometimes that's what it comes down to, is those single issues.
Riley, do you now regret the way you voted for Trump?
I do feel regret, and I've had a lot of tumultuous thoughts about that day in the election booth. You know, when you're voting on something that affects you so personally, you know, it's really easy to get tunnel vision, especially in a voting booth when you're staring at, you have two options, right? I mean, it's not like you're given an endless amount of options to achieve your goals. And so afterwards, when I thought maybe this is my chance, you know, I also had to come to terms with the fact that I was likely going to be a part of, you know, taking chances away from other groups of people, and that's never sat well with me.
What was it like for you?
So, okay, so right then and there, and I've brought on many stories and occasions where there's folks that said, look, I voted for this person and now I regret I regret it. This person voted for him and now she's out of a job. Okay, that's why, y'all, it's so important to do your own research. Sometimes you cannot always listen to what others tell you or what you see on TV. You have to do your own, like I'm talking digging deep, reading, you know, read about his first administration, and then read about compare it to like his campaign promises, quote unquote, because see, promises are never met when it comes to elected officials. You know, a number of them. But do your own research before you go up there and just be like, all right, well, because here's the thing: when you go up to vote, there's going to be folks, not agitators, but folks that work with multiple campaigns. Sometimes the candidate will even be up there, but they will be folks that represent this candidate and will say, vote for them, vote R, vote for all the R's, vote for all the D's, vote for this, vote for that. Like, they're gonna be, you know, the last folks you see before you enter into that voting booth. Let's see. So yeah, it's just, and on top of that, you just can't always vote for a person off of one one issue. You can't, you just, to me, I feel like, and I'm not telling you that, but I'm just saying I vote amongst a variety of things, not just one thing. Oh, this person's no, can't do it. Now I've told you clear as day. There's policies. There's a small amount of policies that say that does pay off. You know, when you vote for a Republican, right? There are things that might pay off when you vote for a Democrat. When it comes to, see, everything is more important when it comes on a local and state level. But when it comes to the federal level, you're mainly looking at the person that can be a great leader of the country, of the free world. Remember that. Who can be a great leader and representation of the country? All right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right, y'all. But fam, I just wanted to share that because you know, how many times do we hear stories of, or do we see like on our feed where people are receiving, you know, emails saying, hey, look, I don't know if I have a job today. I don't know if I have a job the next day. I mean, people are scared, and this is really keeping a lot of GOP House members foot to the fire, because they're coming in these town halls where people are pissed off at them. People are pissed at the administration. People are pissed off at Elon Musk. I mean, it keeps on going on and on and on. But my friends, as always, look, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to follow us, available on all social media platforms. You can watch us on YouTube, listen to us on all podcast platforms. You can download the iHeartRadio app today. You can also tune into us with our friends at WDJY 99.1 FM. That's right, straight talk in the Metro Atlanta area. Peace and blessings, my friends. I will see you next time. I'm out.